As you turn around, Francis, she has a bag of blood in her hand.
Alice, you are on camera at the moment.
I take a step closer. In the same way as I took a step towards the crate, I take a step closer to Francis. I think you should let me take that blood bag. Actually, this is Red Moon role-playing. I say it very slowly, like when you're a bit drunk and doesn't want it to show. That kind of voice. I look intensely on you, Francis.
I remark, we can organize you having a sample of something next. However, going to need to sit down.
Next. What?
Next test. I need to make a quick assessment of how you are before you ingest, and then we'll have you ingest something. Not to mention, Alice, do not forget that we're not actually alone. I sort of look to the door where an individual is positioned.
Yeah, there's Sam is at the door. He's peering in, giving a thumbs up still. He's
But he's not in there.
No, he's standing outside and he's got he has a holster on.
I take one step towards Francis. Another one. Francis, I need you to listen to me.
I am listening to you, Alice. The chair's there. Sit, and you can have something.
Okay. How?
Well, I will look to the blood bags themselves. Well, we can see about warming one of these up if you need it to be warmed.
Yes. Warm is better.
Interesting. All right. Take a seat. And I will then begin sort of walking around her, keeping a distance, but heading to the human samples we have. And I will remove one.
I don't sit down, though. I take one step closer to you. Not threatening, just with an intent.
I wrinkle my nose a little as I take a sample of blood to one of the centrifuges, and using a Bunsen burner, begin to warm up a vial. As I do it, I remark, "It is interesting to note that your willpower is starting to break, it would seem."
Isn't it strange, Francis, that you don't want to... You doesn't seem to be affected by my blood at all. So maybe the first time you need to be forced, and then it becomes addictive. So it's not addictive in itself, right? But as soon as you have gotten the blood of someone, or maybe I'm just stage 1, as you think. But it's interesting because that blood, I don't know, it doesn't affect you at all.
Well, no. However, you're forgetting something. I have at this point not ingested or had introduced to my system any of this pathogen.
I know.
I've been thinking about it. As I'm saying this, I am heating the vial. I believe it has to have been when you were assaulted on the roof. The animal, it did attack Paul as well, but I believe in your case it was more vicious. Somehow it must have been the infection. I'm still not entirely sure why you were infected as you were, and Paul seems to have shrugged it off. Possibly the nature of the wounds. Anyway, I pick up the vial, heat it.
But
I'm going to give this to you, but you do need to sit down.
You don't feel nothing.
Paul.
What's going on?
There's a knock on the door to the data center where you sit and watch Odeku's patient data reconstruction.
Yeah.
It's Anna at the door. You should look at this. Come.
Alright. I get up as quickly as I can and move over.
She takes you to one of the surveillance stations. Just telly box stood down on a cardboard box. She rewinds, and there Alice is standing up. Alice is moving towards Francis' back. Alice takes up a blood bag. It looks vaguely threatening in her body language as it is poised like an animal to jump almost, muscles tense. Does that look like someone in control to you?
No, it doesn't.
Paul. You've managed this spectacularly, and you've done so because of determination. I never thought I would say this, but you're too soft on her. Both you and Isaac, this is your blind spot. Look right there.
Show me the present footage. What's going on now?
The still black and white footage shows how Alice takes a vial from Francis. It's been heated on a burner, and she gulps it down. That's human blood.
Is it?
Yes.
It's not the thing.
No, it hasn't been delivered yet, so it can't be.
I didn't think we have human blood.
I've never heard of stage 1, as you call them, that drinks human blood. This is either some psychological fucked up shit, or she's further gone than you have been led to believe. I remember when you suspected her, I was the one who you confided in. Remember that? You and Francis. I remember how worried you were. Why aren't you worried now?
I know. Calm down. There's no need.
Paul, I'm just scared.
I understand.
Please, She touches her hand again.
Yes.
Won't you... Are you going to do something?
I will see how this plays out. But yes, it's noted. Thank you, Anna.
She drinks the blood almost sensually, as if it's great pleasure. Anna looks away a little bit from the screen and holds your hand a little bit tighter.
I pull away with my hand and I look onto the screen with a stern look. This is important, Anna.
Meanwhile, I hand over the vial, as you saw, and I just sort of wait.
I drink it. It's too little.
It's a couple of mouthfuls worth. It is nutritious, but still it's dead. It's been out of the body long. There's an almost buzzing, neutral, rubbery taste, artificial, slightly chemical. It's like eating the worst prepared meal that's been sitting too long in the plastic in the microwave oven, and the plastic has somehow colored all the food's taste.
No.
It's shit, but it's filling.
More.
You're going to need to sit down first, Alice.
More. I hold out the vial back to you.
I go to take it.
I think I need to check, right?
You can check. You are reasonably under control, but the little taste. The little taste.
2.
You're keeping it together still. It's this is important. You're keeping it together. You want more, but you don't need more.
I take one step towards Francis, and then suddenly I Fuck. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. I will go and sit over here. And the moment is over, it's Alice again, but it slightly feels like something is taking hold of her. Something more feral or animalistic. And then it's gone and she's back to herself. But it's like something is actually, I guess, kind of scary about her.
Yeah, the eyes are too dilated, almost all pupils. The posture too hunched, but then it relaxes. Neck goes straight up again instead of jutting forward.
I still call the individual outside inside.
Shirley steps inside and he unbuttons the holster. Keeps silent.
Thank you, Shirley. Now, Alice, how are we feeling? Was that not good enough? You didn't seem satisfied. Why were you not satisfied? Explain.
I draw a sigh of relief as I see her sitting down again, and I notice that I've been standing very uncomfortably, very tensely. And I shift my legs, but I can't take my eyes off the screen right now.
It was dead. Cold. It's like when you have a badly heated meal in an airplane. Like that.
It's also at this point internally. Have I actually seen in the notation I've been given that stage 1 has been associated with drinking infection straight from the source and not straight up human blood?
Alice would be the first documented case in the material you have been given that has an appetite for human blood also at stage 1.
There are no other cases of it even being a possibility. I'm going to need to make a note of that and see what happens with our other individual. Okay. Alright, Alice. I'm going to do a few final tests and just... Once she's seated, I'll just repeat the tests we did earlier, seeing if there has been a change now she has been given her blood.
There is a slight difference. The pulse is lower. It seems like the blood is more highly oxygenized, so she has more oxygen in the blood, meaning, calmer, softer heartbeats. Blood pressure is down a little bit.
I think that I tried to act normal and tried to hide it, but I think I cannot really hide how I also look at Francis, like I am a cat and he might be a mouse. But it's also Francis that I like and that I know. So every time that impulse of throwing myself over him and sink my teeth in him comes, I kind of violently push it down and takes a breath but like there's something, I guess, if he is aware, maybe he's so absorbed in his testing, but sometimes there is this look of I wanna fucking eat you.
And I'm not unaware of it. It's only because of my composure and my training dealing with, well, not this, but individuals with various quite horrific diseases, the sort that can make people quite feral, that I'm able to hide it. But I am aware of this, and it's the reason you know it's why I brought in Shirley, and been a bit more terse with you now.
Yeah. I look kind of gratefully at Shirley as well. I don't want to hurt Francis. It's just... it would be so good. You know?
And with that, I feel I will, by this point, it's probably been a few good hours. I believe we are done for now. I'm going to be concluding the rest of my night's work without you. I don't need you to look at the blood itself. And to be perfectly honest, Ellis, I'm starting to feel that even being in the presence of Does seem to be even in the presence of
What?
blood.
Do I scare you? Do I freak you out?
Not that you scare me, I'm just worried about your ability to maintain control when there's bags of it all around the place. I also noticed you did seem slightly more in tune with such things when I drew the blood out of you. Visual reception, maybe physical smell, sensation. To your earlier question you asked when we started. No, I do not feel anything when I look at the blood samples. To me, they're blood samples.
I see. You know, this won't be enough. It's, okay. I will go now, but I will need more soon.
We'll organize you being given more of what you're supposed to be given.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I go.
Shirley lets you out the door and walks behind you. Where do you head to?
I don't know, where am I supposed to be?
You have your room. You have the room on the top floor. There's just a couple of rooms down is the makeshift data center. There's the reception area. A few boxes and crates in it.
I go to my room. Not feeling like socializing right now.
On the way to your room, Hideko looks out of her room. Hey, Ellis, got a moment?
Yeah, sure.
I think I got something here.
Okay. I go to her.
Hey, yeah. So we have. She flips up the Kenneth's computer. Here, if you look at these shots here, what we have here are these looks like the days before the G20 protests, and here we see Wilson there in the company of this slight figure in a red jacket over a keffeya, wearing a bright backpack that you can see right there.
Yes.
Seems to be identical to Dunya's backpack, no?
Yes.
They have been in contact. As you see, Kenneth is looking behind him, ushering the girl into an alleyway. And then there is this guy, the middle-aged ginger. He only shows up in 3 of the photos. He does have a remarkable similarity to Seamus Keane, deceased in 1991.
Yeah, that was one of...
Francis has maybe mentioned him. Yeah, he was believed to have committed suicide in 91 after a last failed bombing for the Irish Republican Army.
Yeah.
He is one of the last great ones. One of the last ones to give the Yard a real run for their money.
I look at her. Okay. Michael did have... he surveilled people, he told me, that had... I don't know, that he thought had died, but kind of wasn't dead anyway.
And considering this, he has an interest in this group, but especially that man. Those are covert photographies. The second 2 ones are very carefully placed shots. He's been waiting at one specific bus stop. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photographs of that bus stop.
I understand.
So that's the first piece of news that I want to give.
One moment.
Whatever.
If he died in 1991, how old is he supposed to be now? That's 18 years ago, right?
He would be closer to 70.
And this man does not look to be 70.
No, absolutely not. He looks more like he's 45 or something.
This is strange.
absolutely not 70 years old.
Okay.
So that's the first one.
Yeah.
Second one. This one. Yeah. She opens the door into a room and shows a plastic tarp on the floor. There's charred pieces of computer equipment there, and that have been sort of spliced into screens and so on. Little temporary cables leading into what looks like the circuit boards of the broken open, partially bomb blast destroyed machinery. These are the remains of a laser printer. In its temporary memory, I've been able to withdraw the last label printing job that it had, and it looks like this. It's 4 labels printed to be shipped. They have been printed, and the date is 2 days ago. These were likely sent by post. It's, one of these postage paid printout systems. And the last address that something has been sent to here is this. She zooms in a little bit on her phone, showing the result. It's 5 boxes of ball torture devices, 3 dick cages, 7 restraint boxes, and 1 custom kit to Blue Vision Incorporated at Fellmonger's Yard 3 in Croydon, the day before the bombing.
Okay. And what do you think it means?
If that's not something, I don't know what it is. These were sent from the actual train depot. They had set up a small operation that are delivering these kinds of equipment for discerning gentlemen who prefer the company of other hard discerning gentlemen. And they have apparently been shipped from the site where the bomb was made the day before the bombing. This could be the bomb itself, for all I know, Certainly, the custom kit has a weight of 24 kilos.
Oh.
The address is right there, Fellmonger's Yard 3, right there in Croydon, right there. Blue Vision. It's a porn sales emporium with video booths.
So we should go there, I guess.
I'm just reporting. This is the data. And it took a bit of archaeology, but I learned a few tricks from Nigel.
You did good. I quickly write down the address on a note and go to Paul.
Where are you, Paul, at this moment? Like after you have watched the footage, do you stay by the monitor or where do you head off to?
I stayed by the monitor for a while. The place is so well monitored that I could follow her process for a bit, and I wanted to see where she went. And seeing that she seemed to have a somewhat normal meeting there, I turn off that monitor as I see that she might be approaching here, and I pretend to be doing something else.
Yeah, you come back into the briefing room where there are a bunch of monitors standing on the side. One of them is just showing the dead footage from the lab. There's only Francis being almost motionless in front of the spinners that are spinning the blood samples, centrifuging them for greater clarity.
Well, we might have where the bombs or parts of the bombs were sent, and they were sent to this porn shop in Croydon. And this is the address, so we should go there, right?
Good. Yes, that must indicate further that there is indeed a sort of cover operation here. They are sending them to pawn shops, but we also know that bombings have taken place at pawn shops. I wonder if there's some kind of rivalry between parts of organizations. Anyways, yeah, good find. And we should have a unit down there, at least to start asking some questions. Not sure if we need a strike team at this point, but it couldn't hurt to have something nearby, considering our recent experiences. Surely they must be on high alert by now anyways.
You don't think any one of us should go?
Yeah. I think someone should. How did it go in the lab?
Fine.
How are you feeling?
Fine. I'm feeling fine, Paul. I just... It's... Sometimes I get these flashes of very strong feelings, and I'm trying to... I'm learning to control it.
Good.
It's the constrainment that this me prison... I don't know, being a prisoner or not, is kind of taking its... It's making me stressed.
I understand.
What?
I understand. This must be a battle for you now. But I think you can win it.
Yeah, you know, I'm just so fucking angry. That's the worst thing. I've never felt this. I've been an angry fucker my whole life, but this... Paul, this is something else. This is something is living inside me and want to go out and rip stuff apart. It's scary and sometimes hard to think about anything else. And fuck, I need to do something. I can't pace here. And I understand that you can't let me out by myself, but I don't know. Maybe send me with a team to go to check out that address. Just, I promise I will return. I won't try to escape. I just can't be in this cage for long. I think it's a bad thing. You can come as well. We can stick together.
And if you were in my shoes, what would you say?
Fuck you, I would say. But you know that. I would also go with you.
Yeah. I know. So you feel like you need something to do, is that it?
Yes. God, yes.
And if you did, you're not worried that this rage might come in a place where it's more difficult to be contained?
Let's look at it this way. Here, there's only you guys that will be in the direction of it. But if I can actually do something and catch some bad guys, maybe they can get the rage instead of... I look at you and I see my jailer and it makes me pissed. You know?
Yeah. Fair enough. I think it could not be it might not be a terrible idea that we go and investigate this. I would stay in the car at this point. I'm not too keen to take the front line on this. What I would ask is that you stay with us, basically. Don't run away where we don't know what's going to happen, where it will be more difficult to continue this in a good way. Because I don't want things to get any worse between us and...
No, me neither.
Right. We got an address, we got a place. I look up and I see people sitting there starting to run the data. And did Shirley come with you now?
Shirley's, you saw him just outside the door. He stayed outside the door politely, but he's clearly following Alice around.
Yeah. What about, who showed you this? Was it Hideko?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if we take those two and we take a little drive down there? It might not be the best use of our resources. No, strike that. I'll drive. I'll get you two down there. And you, Shirley, and you can start asking some questions. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Shirley just nods affirmatively, and I'll bring the kit if we need to.
Good.
Give me 10 minutes, and I'll be ready to move out. And Francis, I assume that you are going to stay and continue your war.
Yes, I'm going to be continuing I'm going to focus now on comparisons, comparing her blood sample, which I will divide into many little subsamples, with the human samples. I'm going to try and get a sample of our guest, and lots of comparisons, and maybe a little bit of experimentation with, cultures and maybe even a little UV light testing.
That should keep you busy for most of the night.
Yes.
Good. Your car is in the outskirts of Croydon. It's no more than 5-6 blocks left. Shirley's in the back with a large duffel bag on the seat beside him. He's hasn't said a word. He's darting glances all around him. There's a slightly higher police presence than usual in the Croydon area, especially as you pass by the rail yard. It's still blocked off and there are still blue lights there. The investigation of the remnants of the cleaned up crime scene are ongoing. Blue Vision is 24 hours open. A quick search tells you that. Fellmonger's Yard 3 is a short street that runs in a sort of triangular curve, ending in a dead end with a couple of parking spaces. An old kebab place that looks like it shut down years ago, and the nondescript entrance to Blue Vision. The sign is blue neon, and there's nothing in the windows. They're painted over with black. A stairwell leads downwards under the neon sign, probably to the entrance of the pornography shop. Most of the street is empty. It's a slight rain is falling. Lots of moisture in the air.
You asked what kind of equipment we were carrying, but I don't know what kind of equipment they let me have. So I don't know.
It looks like Shirley has all of the firepower that you would need. There's 3 bulletproof vests designed to be worn under jackets and so on in the back. Even if you're not carrying a gun yourself right now, you know that there are service weapons in Shirley's bag.
Yeah.
You, Paul, how are you strapped as you sit behind the driver's wheel?
I have one of the vests on me at this point already. Aside from that, fairly inconspicuous clothing. I have my leather jacket and my baseball cap that I had on the day of the demonstrations. And I'm just driving. I've claimed a normal gun this time, a standard issue, rather than the bulky Desert Eagle of Dave's that's now left back in the base. And I have that in a holster. And let's see. Is there anything, I mean, it's extreme circumstances that we're dealing with here. Is there anything that can set people aflame without me bringing a Molotov cocktail?
Funny you should ask that. You've seen accidents with flashbang grenades. It's a flashbang. I mean, they give off a loud sound and a very bright torch-like flame. But that is, it's a powdered chemical that burns quite intensely. So a flashbang close to somebody's body would set them on fire. There's a couple of flashbangs in the back.
Yeah. I have one in my pocket as well. And as far as I can think of right now, then that's what I would have brought with me.
Good. There's a few late night stragglers. It's taken almost an hour for you to go all the way from the Gatwick area into Croydon, and there's a few people shuffling about. A customer coming out, looking back and forth as he exits, stupidly standing right in front of the porn place, looking guilty, pressing a black plastic bag to his chest and moving fast over to a car that speeds away. Maybe 4 or 5 people lounging about the area on their way to different, maybe home, maybe some pub, maybe a party. It's about 9, 10 and very dark.
I look at Paul. He's the boss.
Did you say there were quite a few people outside?
There's like 4 or 5 people outside. One of them is heading in through a door, probably up to the apartment. The other 2 are standing there talking, passing a bottle back and forth between them. It's 2 older gentlemen.
Any staff entrance, or is it just this front?
This front here, and then there's, you see a bit further down, there's what looks like a loading dock that goes down. You can drive a car down to the loading dock that attaches to the same building, but like 1 street lower.
Yeah, that's a bit more interesting. Let's have a look at the loading dock and see if there's a door there or if it's open. The
loading dock stinks a bit of old food. They share this loading bay with a Chinese restaurant on the other side. There's the smell of MSG and sweet rotting food mixed with something else, some sort of chemical smell. Little stickers say this door leads to Blue Vision, storage area, personnel entrance, and the other one goes to Lucky Dragon, the restaurant.
All right.
It's a metal door, the one that leads to the back of the pawn shop.
Yep.
It seems open.
Cool. I stop the car here outside the loading area and I say, why don't you go in and just have a little talk and see if we can have a look around, or if they just want to answer a few questions.
You won't come with?
I would prefer to remain here.
I'm with you. Shirley is right behind you. He's carrying the duffel bag over his shoulder.
Oh, the shotgun you can leave here.
You sure?
I don't like leaving you alone here, Paul.
Don't worry, I've got this, and I put the shotgun down by my feet.
Yeah, he leaves that in the car and brings the Heckler & Koch submachine gun. That is the other thing he has in the bag, together with a couple of banana magazines. You see they have red tape markings on half of the magazines.
Okay, I just don't know how am I supposed to protect you if you're gonna be alone here in the car, but...
You probably don't. Maybe it's just some... Well, who am I kidding? Let's assume for the worst, but don't worry.
Okay.
I can handle myself, and you won't be too far.
I know. You're the boss now. So, I guess it's me and Shirley boy. Come on, Shirley. How old is Shirley? Is he pretty?
Shirley has the rough look of a rugby player that didn't quite make it all the way to the top. He's got a couple of shitty tattoos on his big arms, and a little bit of scruffled beard that's growing out, well cut hair.
How old is he?
Piercing grey eyes. He's early 30s.
he would have been my type a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, possibly. If he's interested. You have no idea.
I'm not interested right now in that way, but I think that was the kind of men she went for. Oh well, that is in the past. I look at Shirley and then I cock my head and like, let's go.
Hey, it's the gold ticket. We get to see some pretty boys, I guess. At least, picture of their asses. He pops the door and pokes in the part of his jacket. Probably has a gun under the jacket. Hello! Yes. So he calls out very low. As the door is open, you hear the boom, 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 boom. Maybe house music or something from in there. Naked concrete corridor, flashing lights in the ceiling.
I tune in on the channel on the radio and I hear the vague pumping of music coming through.
Shirley makes his way 3 doors down and he motions towards one door and gestures for you to come closer, Alice.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, so we have main in there. That's the shop room. And there. Then he says there's one door. This is apparently some sort of part of the establishment. There's 2 blue heavy metal doors. One that says cinema, another one that says booths. These are private booths. Over there, the cinema is probably porn cinema, either cubicles or they might even have a bigger screen. But that's the main hall, and that's storage area on the other side.
Okay. Storage area, maybe.
All right.
Let's go there.
You want me to pop the door? Yeah, he has what looks like a sort of metal implements out, probably skeleton keys. I think
I tune in on the radio and I say, remember we are here first and foremost to look for suspicious activities. Do not engage numbers that are far superior to ours, but rather get out. I'll have the motor running.
Sure, boss.
Gotcha.
We go towards the storage area.
Good.
Yeah, he surely puts into two of the metal implements and just with a couple of quick twists and turns, the standard lock just pops open. Après vous. He shows a door in black, dark storage shelves. The weird, contorted faces of blow-up dolls. Old porn DVDs that will never sell. There's dirty ladies 4 to 16 packed away in a bag. Row and row of sex toys. It's porn equipment, dildos. All in this packaging, ready to be pulled out on the store shelves or kept here in dust-gathering piles.
Is it dark or is it
It's
light?
pretty dark in there. There's a slight blue light from what looks like diode lights further back in the storage area. But it's just an empty storage area, nothing of particular interest there.
I go in and see if there's somewhere where you could store boxes that you might not want to particularly hide but not draw attention to.
I tune in again and I say, try to look out for anything similar to what we found in the compound in the train depot. Any traces of thermite or similar bomb-related residue.
Sure.
You see, Shirley is gesturing like crazy from the door and pointing towards it, indicating like someone's coming. We've hardly had time to start looking properly. There's you can't spot any of the extreme restraints or the cock cages or whatever it was that was delivered. There's simply too much stuff, and now somebody is coming. So Shirley quickly darts behind one of the shelves and stays low, motioning to you to do something similar.
Yeah, I look for somewhere to hide.
Are you a stealthy person?
Oh no, I have nothing in stealth.
So, a Her footsteps come closer and closer to the door. Someone reaches in, touches the overhead lights, like clunk, 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 clunk. Let's start. The room is brightly lit. You are hidden from the door currently, so is Shirley. A woman, maybe in her 60s, wearing sort of quite skin-tight sports gear, Adidas, dark blue, like youthfully clad for her age, hair slightly dyed in a sort of pinkish color, heavy makeup, pretty shapes. She moves towards one of the shelves, hums a little off tune, runs her finger down like DVD cases and boxes. It's like taking storage notes or something. She hasn't seen you yet, but it's just a question of time before she will.
Is it possible to sneak out behind her back?
That will be hard. It can be done, but it's not going to be easy.
I am, of course, aware that I'm not the sneakiest person. I think I will stay put for now. I look at Shirley. What is he doing? Is he doing anything?
You see, Shirley is he's looking a bit panicked. You have eye contact. And he's nonplussed. He's throwing up his arms. What the fuck do we do?
I hold up my hand and for like a wait.
She's coming your way. It's like a minute more and she's gonna find you. She seems to be systematically looking for something on the shelves. She's coming your way.
Then I just step out so she can see me. Excuse me, I said.
She almost faints. She doubles up, drops the DVD boxes and her iPad. And goes, "Holy fucking hell! What you doing, girl? Shh. What you crawled up there for? The entrance is the other way."
I'm sorry. My name is Gabrielle Ellis and I'm a sergeant.
I don't care who you are. We
Lady.
don't have no drugs.
Lady.
And you go sleep somewhere else.
I am with the London police and I want to ask you some questions. So if you please calm down.
Shirley stands up and moves behind her. Ma'am, just cooperate and this will be fast. Your establishment on the investigation. This is the commanding officer. Speak to Captain Ellis, please. The woman collects herself. Could we maybe do this in the shop or in my office? So I can maybe, have a fucking huge cognac.
Yeah. Office is fine.
You scared the living daylights out of me.
I'm sorry. And your name is?
My name is Miranda Moorcock. Miranda Michaels.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Michaels, to scare you this way. Let's continue this in your office, with or without cognac.
You should talk to Jerome and me. What is this about? She, huffs and huffs and indignantly leads you through the corridor and out into the main area of the shop.
In the car, I rack my brain for the name Moorcock. Michael Moorcock? No? Yes? Maybe?
Yes, do you look Miranda Moorcock? Whoops, you did not want to see that. Okay. Miranda Moorcock is apparently this lady's porn name that she used in the 80s and 90s. She is quite a legend, you can see already from the first hits. Retired though, but with capabilities, it seems.
And I try to remember, have I heard that name somewhere else before in our investigation?
No.
Something familiar about the name, but it might just be from my teenage years.
Yeah, she does not spell it with 2 O's. She spells it like more -cock.
Yeah. Nothing there. I feel a bit hesitant there, knowing that she is taking them somewhere. I don't really like it, but I'll let them make the calls.
The main shop floor is a mess of flashing lights, like deep house music playing from hidden speakers, little video screens showing various hardcore gay porn. The aisles are mostly empty. There's like a big Turkish guy in black leather who's standing in one corner. What looks like a couple are giggling and sort of the in the vanilla section. Two really enthusiastic girls, women in their early 40s maybe, who are having the attention of the other shop attendant, who introduced himself as Jerome Michaels as he turns away from the customers. He seems very used to the idea of having policemen in his shop. So, who of our customers has gone and done the baddie?
Let's.
I'm Jerome, and this is my friend's establishment. You've met Miranda.
I see, Mr. Michaels. Could we take this in your office? I have a couple of questions to.
I don't recognize you. You're not usual Croydon police, are you? But sure. Let's step it back. Conrad, you take the counter. A kid, maybe 18, 19, bored and with face tattoos, comes around the counter, stands behind the counter as you enter into a back room filled with glorious full-color posters of the movie catalog of Miranda Moorcock. Yeah, she proudly sits down like under one of her larger European productions, big, enticing poster. She is not alone in that poster.
As I hear that they are doing things and getting on to other rooms and probably distracting all the people that are employed in this place, I turn off the engine and I get out as well. I want to have a look in this room that they were just in, now that everyone is distracted.
So you're going to the storage room?
Yes.
Yeah, Miranda, that's true to her word. She pours herself and then Jerome and then you, a stiff brandy. Chin chin.
I take it and take a little sip, and then I look at Mr. Michaels. Well, the questions I have is about shipments that have been sent to this store. In 2 days ago, it was a shipment with cock cages and other male branded toys, and they were sent from here in Croydon. Does it ring a bell?
Are these the extreme restraints delivery that we got? I think so. We got one 2 days ago. There was one that was custom, right?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Is it possible that
we keep strict records of everything? Of course. I mean, you're not stupid. You've been in the force a while. You know there's always some kind of trouble around one-on-one clients, or customers at one point or another. So just get to it and let us show you what we got. We would not be having operated it for 34 years now without giving full cooperation to.
That's great.
Croydon's finest.
Could we also get a look at those records?
You want to see the records themselves? She drags out a really old PC computer. It's a laptop, but it's more like a two-handed laptop. Cranks it open and starts showing you the records for the just the intake of supplies.
Do you have a printer?
Yeah, sure. Do you want it to print out the last 3 days for you?
Yes, please. And
Cool. And help yourself to the bottle.
Yeah, no problem. Mr. Michaels, could you show me those crates?
I mean they've been packed up and installed already. There was one was special delivery for a customer to pick up. He never did. It was.
So you packed that up as well, or is that still packed?
Yeah. That's back in the stall now. So, but nobody came and picked it up. I mean, the booking time for the stall was there and everything, and
The stall?
Oh, come with me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. While Miranda looks for the printouts. You hear an old laser printer in the back. Jerome shows you around the back into the stalls. There's 6 stalls. None of them are larger than 3 times 3 meters. PVC covered seating of different varieties. In one there is what looks like, weird kind of gynecology chair, if you would lie face down on a gynecology chair. The other ones have, just basic furniture. All of them have a plasma screen, old, dented. Like you can see shapes of bodies burnt into the image itself. All of them are running serious, hardcore, gay tiger balls torture porn. So yeah, this is 4, and yeah, it was reserved by a regular.
And he wanted a shipment to be placed in the stall.
Yeah, it's right there.
I look at.
Yeah, he motions at a big fat crate that's sitting just under the screen.
Mr. Michaels, can I take a look inside this crate?
Sure. As long as you leave badge number and ID and don't wreck anything. And I mean, some of this equipment is highly pricey.
Yeah, of course. Shirley, do you have gloves?
Yes, Shirley tears his eyes away from the screen. Sure. He takes out, snaps on a couple of plastic gloves.
Proceed with extreme caution, Ellis. Be aware that this is bomb material that we're dealing with.
Yeah. We will just open the crate and look inside. Nothing else.
Yes, though that worries me slightly. Yeah, I don't know if there is any wrong way to open it.
Yeah, Shirley listens in as well and turns around to Jerome. Sir, would you please step out of the stall while we open this? Please? Jerome does at his stall. Like, yeah, just come get me when you're done, I guess. The door to the store closes. It's possible to lock it from inside, and now you are there inside this meeting place. The box has an outer layer of cardboard. Shirley slices it up with a paper knife, opening it up. On the first level there's something encased in plastic, something heavy. It lifts out what looks like metal pipes with huge locks on them. These are indeed extreme restraints. Under that, there's a number of little fluids there in one pack. And here, there's a set of butt plugs there, and he slowly lifts up what looks like a thinner paper package, and then he goes completely still.
What is it?
Okay, there's something in this box. Okay, I don't know if I dare to lift this out because it's connected by wires to something below.
Don't touch it. Send in the bomb.
All right.
Team, just
not touching.
back away.
You should know that I have disposal skills. I'm Royal Marines. I can dispose of this bomb. This is simply built.
Okay.
Can you give me shine light? Can you shine light here?
Yes. Let me know if I can assist in some way.
Yep. This is homemade. Yep.
As I hear this, I go out to the car and I make a call to HQ.
Paul?
Yes,
We have something here.
I can hear that.
Yeah.
Bomb?
Sure. We don't know. Shirley is looking into it now. He says he has... yeah, you heard him.
Yeah, be sure, otherwise we'll have a bomb team down, and that's absolutely fine. We've had enough casualties so far.
Yeah. Shirley, did you hear that?
I hear you. I got this stable. Ooh. Alright, yeah. Let me look into you. Yes. Okay. Yep. Spread it wide, boy. And I will see what... Whoa, okay. Yep, this is a firebomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, this is thermite. Yeah. Yeah, this shit would burn this stall. It will just burn it down.
No timer.
Okay. Let's.
There's not a lot of explosives, and if I don't dig deeper, I see the main of it. There's no shrapnel. There's only fire. It is really fucking conservatively built.
Small to just take out that area.
Only that area. This is a safe job.
We need to know the name of the customer. That was clearly directed at someone.
Yeah, on it.
Yeah, this bomb is built to ensure that it does not blow up any walls, and it does not even have kerosene in it. So the flame would probably last for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then die. This is a really skillful job.
We basically have an assassination kit for... I stop as I'm about to say a blank body, and I hesitate and I say someone.
I go out. Shirley, don't touch that. Let the bomb squad take it, and I will go and talk to Mr. Michaels again. I go out and go after Mr. Michaels.
As you go out, you keep hearing on the radio as Shirley describes what he signs. Okay, there's remains of a flip phone in here also. It's remote detonated. Yeah, I'm in luck. No tripwires. It's this remote. Yeah.
Is that phone active?
It's on. Yeah, it's on.
Can you disconnect it?
Yeah, I can. But I give me 5-10 minutes, maybe.
I don't want you to stay in there if the bomb is live and the detonator is live as well.
It is. It's live. This baby's live.
All right. Let's have an evacuation of the place.
All right. Do you want to? Because it's live, but it hasn't gone off. But okay. Do you want me to go full clear? Clear the building?
Unless you safely can stop that from going off now.
I mean, if somebody wants to blow it now, they can.
Yeah. Then I don't want you or anyone else to be there.
All right. We're out. Okay. I'm pulling out the back, going back to the car. Okay.
Good.
You hear some careful exhale as he puts some of the stuff that he took out of the box in again. And you are back, Ellis, in the main room. Turkish guy still seems absorbed in the sort of Scandinavian gay department. Deep in thought, looking at the backs of DVDs. The girls are gone, the couple are still there, and they're whispering to each other. They might notice that something in the air is off. Miranda Moorcock raises the glass to you as you go in and holds out a wad of printed paper sheets. Hello, darling.
Thank you. Where is Mr. Moorcock?
He's not Mr. Moorcock. I mean, he wished he was Mr. Moorcock, but no, yeah, my husband, within quotation marks with fingers. He's not out back with you guys.
No, we need to we need to get everybody out of here, and we need to get you.
Wait!
Stop!
We will not go out
Mrs. Michaels.
of here.
Mrs.
No.
Michaels.
Yes.
You do as I say now. We need to get everybody out here, and we want you and Mr. Michaels to come with us. And please, don't cause any trouble.
Fine. We close early today. It happens.
Get everybody out now.
Are you taking us downtown?
We'll see.
In that case, I really want to know what this is about.
Mrs. Michaels, I have no time to argue with you. I just need you to do what I'm fucking telling you. So get moving now.
All right. Okay, have it your way. Yet he throws the printout papers at you and stalks out of the main shop. Pulls the string of a bell that goes gling, 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 gling. All right there, horny, nasty people, she says in a little mic that goes out to the speaker system. We need to close up a little bit early tonight, so please come back tomorrow and we will give you a 25% discount. Okay? How does that sound? Great, darlings. See you tomorrow.
I look around after Mr. Michaels.
Mr. Michaels comes back in and looks at you. It's like, really? Like, really?
Yes.
Who's gonna pay for the lost income here?
Mr.
You know?
Michaels and Mrs. Michaels, we need you to come with us. We need to get out of here now.
Can we hear what this is about, at least? The customers are slowly moving towards the door. They see you standing arguing with the proprietor still. The Turkish man hasn't moved much. He's like reluctantly moving
Everybody
towards the
out
door.
now. This is London police. Please evacuate and get out of here, I say.
I tune in and I say, just make sure that we get the name of the customer who was going to receive that package.
Yes.
That's the only thing that matters.
Yes, we just need to get them out of here now.
Yeah.
But I will detain Mr. and Mr. Michaels for further questioning if you want to question them.
I don't think we can bring them anywhere at this point, but we can talk to them outside.
Yeah, okay, if you come with me, we won't take you anywhere, but for your own safety, we need to take you out of this premise. Please.
Yeah. The customers and the proprietors get ushered out the door, up the stairwell, and now standing on the rainy back street outside of Blue Vision. The proprietors are arguing with each other whether they should get in the car, whether they should call a lawyer, and so on. The couple. Oh yes, yeah. I mean, we were only here to look at things for fun. And Sam moves them away. Like yes, sure, nice. The Turkish man hangs around and smokes a cigarette. He's looking through his bag of earlier purchases. He's sitting on the fire escape stairs, looking confused.
So, Mr. Michaels, can you please tell me who this stall was booked for?
Look, the world is not kind.
Mr. Michaels, I just want a name.
Okay, this is... I mean... We try not to have any soliciting in our establishment. But we do not know what transactions have been involved with the people who rent our stalls. Some of the people who rent our stalls are not okay with being outed. Others are proudly, stormingly, heart-achingly, fabulously gay and out like me. But not everybody is. And some are, shockingly as it may sound, frequent this place to meet guys who want a little extra.
Yeah, Mr. Michaels,
time, okay?
Listen to me very closely. What's in this?
I will not give up our private registry of these booths that can be a direct hazard to our clients. And you know you can't just ask me for that.
Well, I can, because in that box there is something that was meant to hurt the person that the stall was aimed for. So if you please cooperate with me, otherwise I will have to arrest you. Do you understand? I will have to assume that you also want that person hurt. I want to scare him to do what I say. I want to use my intimidation.
He is used to these kinds of situations, and he is fiercely protective of his clients for very understandable reasons. So it will not be the easiest intimidation ever. This guy has been around.
Resolve an intimidation, or what should I...
It depends on what tack you're taking, but depends on whether it's physical or I mean, do you loom over him and try to look like you're gonna smash his face?
I think I'm like 1 meter and 65 centimeters, so I don't loom over anyone. But I think I could look super menacing if I needed to. But I'm using my police kind of authority voice.
It's more the threat of, 3 days in the drunk tank
Yeah.
rather than a beating.
Yeah.
Cool. Then that would be, you could either do some sort of presence, maybe. I mean, you're some sort of charismatic manipulation plus intimidation, maybe.
2.
He wavers, and then he reacts in a way that changes the scene. Because he turns around and looks at the big Turkish man in the leathers, who slowly starts to rise, locking eyes with you. Meanwhile, the tests. The bottles have spun for hours. Your pipettes of fluids have been applied. Blue and purple test tube bottles, indicating different pH values and different blood groups. The comparison study goes fairly well. How well it goes, let's have a medicine plus intelligence for that.
Yes. I've been absorbed in my work for the last few hours. I was informed the others had gone out on some investigative measures. I was going to mention that I wasn't entirely certain that was a good idea for Ellis, but I trust Paul and my work has been more important. That is a critical success, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
The blood composition is fairly easy to determine. At this point, you have done a lot of blood work the last few days. You worked on Javeira, you've tried samples from the residue in the plastic bottles you found, several other control tests. And now, most recently, the elderly gentleman, his blood. But there is one blood sample that this correlates to a very large degree. And that is Javeira Duna. This blood, Alice's blood, you're able to isolate a small, insignificant percentage, but it is clearly animal blood. She has the dog in her. Just like Dunia.
So
The rest of the blood also seems like it responds similarly to heating to Dunia. You didn't think much of it when you did Dunia's test, but now this also, it's almost as if when you place them a little bit too close to heat, the sample coagulates on one side, but that's not the most stunning part. The stunning part is that the blood itself has moved to the side of the bottle as if it's trying to escape the blood itself, as if the blood itself is alive. You thought this was a mistake with Dunia's blood. It was not. They, whatever they are probably the same thing.
in a way, this is almost some good news, because I was getting a little worried about her condition, but this could be proof, because, again, Dunia jumped off a building and she was dead, and nothing about her condition implied it was as severe as some of the others, so there is definitely something more. And again, this seems very different from the old man's samples.
Yeah, very different.
would it be safe to say that his sample almost seems completely normal, in a way?
Almost completely human. Almost completely normal. There is the anomaly of there being another blood type in his, not identified yet, but not the dogs, and not this way.
Interesting. Although I am annoyed that I don't yet have a sample of, well, true blank body blood yet, do I? I need to compare this to that. That would then prove at least that this is a multi-transitional infection. But this is good, but it's strange the reaction to heat, though.
It is. Also, there's things there in the blood that shouldn't really be there. Trace remains of coagulated blood that would kill a person if blotches that large were swirling around the body. It coagulates too fast. It's almost as if it is dead already, and already in the process of breaking down. The moment it's removed from her body, it starts decomposing, and then the Dunya sample, it is completely decomposed. There's almost nothing left. The Dunya sample is rotten. It's like it's decomposed over the last few days. It could be the storage, could have been too hot, but it's been cold all the time. Your focus is relentless. You have a trail. This blood, it's yours. You know it now. So concentrated that you are turned away from the monitor as Anna-Karin enters into the building from his car. So concentrated that you don't hear him in the next room. So concentrated that your back is turned as he lifts a body bag from the cold room, straining with all his great might. It's as if the small, light sack with her body is too much of a weight for him to bear. But he can't wait. She can't just be there. He walks with heavy steps down the stairs towards the furnace room in the cellar. The large Middle Eastern man seems to be the only one in the street now. His eyes are locked with yours, Gabriel. You others are maybe 5 meters away, closer to the car. It's just you who has seen him. Seen the gleam in his eyes. It's only you that see as he raises the back of his foot out of his sneaker, pulls one foot out, showing the black paw of a dog where a man's foot should be. He looks at you with a mild smile. We could have killed you. We could have blown up the bomb. We could have gotten your target. But it is beautiful seeing you do it. We hunt the same, you and me. We hunt the same fuckers. We want the ones who use the weak. The ones who barge in and break up our desires. The ones that fuck things up for us. We don't want to kill anyone innocent. You know me. You know me, girl. I'm your dad.
can the others hear? How?
They're too far away, and nothing has given them a reason even to look at him. But I see this speech. It's guttural, harsh, but in your ears it's smooth. It's like your own voice.
Ruby.
I just want her back. I know her father can never accept her choice, but I just want her back. I won't touch you. Just bring Dunia back. He carries the package down the stairs. He has to drag it sometimes. He's deep now, deep in the dark, laying out the body of his daughter in front of the furnace. On his knees, touches his turbaned forehead. He lays out his carved knife on her breast. Yevan Maran Sukoa. In life and death, peace resides with those who attain their guru. Yot Milei Sanyot, my light merges with the supreme light, and my labors are over. Suraj Kiran Milei, the sunbeam blends with sunlight. Uhak Samund Salalki, like droplets of water. In an ocean wave, I am immersed in the divine. He shoves her body in the back, feet first, into the fire. A father burying his daughter. And then, with a bang, her eyes fly open.
You have listened to the end of the first season of No Man is an Island for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. No Man is an Island will continue early next year, and 2 weeks from now, you will be able to follow our next foray into the world of darkness, the chronicle The Sacrifice from Onyx Path Publishing's Chicago by Night supplement for Vampire the Masquerade. Storyteller for this series will be the scenario's creator, Clara Horscher Herbold, and we will be joined by none other than the gentleman gamer Matthew Dawkins, who will join Craig and Hjalmar as a player. To finish up, let us again thank Lola Sazov for the music for this series, Martin Ericsson for being a fantastic storyteller, and Anna-Karin Linder for joining us in the unforgettable role of Gabrielle Ellis. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for Cult Divinity Lost and Coriolis there, as well as get early and raw access to all of our recordings. More importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening, and see you soon again.